Hello, this is Wendy, and if you're watching this video, thank you for liking my blog, Pieces of My Heart. I want to do a short devotion regarding being stuck. And I'm going to read from the account of Balaam, which is in Numbers 22. This portion from verse 21 through 35, and I wanted to give you the portion because I'm not going to read it all. I'm just going to sort of summarize it and then read a small portion. But you'll be able to go and look at it if you want to. So Balaam was on his donkey, his own donkey that he had had quite some time. And you know that he had had this donkey quite some time because of what's going on in the scripture. But he was on his way, and as he was traveling, the donkey kept straying off the path. So he strayed off the path, and Balaam struck the donkey. And then he did it again. He stopped and would not go any further, and he struck him again. And then the donkey just lay down, and on either side you couldn't go, you couldn't move, and he just lay down in the path and he would not go. And Balaam struck the donkey with his staff, and God opened the mouth of the donkey, and the donkey spoke to him and said, "Why are you doing this to me?" And he said, you're abusing me, and if I could kill you right now, I would kill you. And the donkey said, "Have I ever done anything like this before?" And he said, "No." And then God opens Balaam's eyes, and I'll pick up in verse 31. Then the Lord opened Balaam's eyes, and he saw the angel of the Lord standing in the way with his drawn sword in his hand. And he bowed his head and fell flat on his face. And the angel of the Lord said to him, "Why have you struck your donkey these 3 times? Behold, I have come out to stand against you, because your way is perverse before me. The donkey saw me and turned aside from me these 3 times. If she had not turned aside from me, surely I would also have killed you by now and let her live." And Balaam said to the angel of the Lord, "I have sinned, for I did not know you stood in the way against me. Now therefore, if it displeases you, I will turn back." Then the angel of the Lord said to Balaam, "Go with the men, but only the word that I speak to you, that you shall speak." So Balaam went with the princes of Balak. And I've written out just a few thoughts about this portion of scripture I felt God was trying to teach me something personally. Isn't it interesting that God used one of the most stubborn animals to stop Balaam from going his own way? I believe it is no coincidence. He was on an animal that was more stubborn than he was. The difference is that the donkey was noticing God and Balaam was not. He was too intent with his own plan. God made him stick there despite his persistence until he got his attention and was able to instruct him. He was not going anywhere until he listened to what God had to say. Have you ever just felt stuck? You look around and everyone is moving and you are at a complete standstill. God will sometimes allow us to be stuck at a standstill. But it is not because he does not care about us. It's not because he can't see where we are and what's going on. Sometimes he will allow obstructions in the path we are traveling to prevent us from harm. Sometimes it is because we will not slow down and stop long enough to hear him. God has something to say to us. If we are not listening to instruction, it can lead to something bad that is on the path we are headed. If you are stuck and not moving, ask God if he has something to say to you, or some preparation or some instruction to offer. Also, don't be discouraged. God cares about you as much as he cares about everyone else. Balaam was not stuck forever in that spot, and neither will you be stuck in your spot. God eventually released Balaam to do what he had planned for him, and so he will do for you. Thank you for watching. Have a blessed day. It's all about Jesus.